All right, guys, welcome. It's just after 3 a.m. here on the East Coast. My name is Chris Strub. I am the first man to live stream in all 50 U.S. states. And I know it's pretty late here for me, again, here in New York, but I had this idea for a scope and I didn't want to let it go. So I wanted to get this off my chest while we're here and while we have a chance, because tomorrow's never promised. You know what I mean? So here's what I was thinking about tonight at the gym. And if you follow me on Snapchat, you know I just got back from the gym. So my friend Joe Wilson, who's tagged, and thank you so much, Ben and Chocolate Johnny and Sarah Moore and everyone for being here. I really appreciate it. But my friend Joe Wilson, Joe Wilson TV, who's tagged in this stream right now, he's probably asleep. But Joe Wilson lives by the mantra. Sarah, it's so great to see you. He lives by this saying that we are all. There you go. There you go. Does it look familiar, guys? We are all famous to a few people. And to me, I've had the chance to meet some really wonderful people over the past 3, 4 weeks and online in other capacities over the past few months. And it's really starting to resonate with me. We are all famous, Mrs. Chocolate. Hello, Mrs. Chocolate. We are all famous to a few people. So think about that. That when you pick up the phone or when you send a tweet or when you like something on Facebook, there are people out there. Maybe it's one, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 100, or maybe you're Brian Fanzo and it's 50,000. Okay? We are all famous to a few people. And it means a lot when you think about it that way, that your words, your actions, your influence means more to people than maybe you realize. And for me, I'm starting to understand that maybe my voice means more to people than I think it does. And I don't want to let that opportunity go by. So if there's any way that I can help you, if you're watching this, if you're listening, or you hear about this or whatever, I want to help because, again, we are all famous to a few people. And I don't feel like I'm famous in any way, shape, or form. I don't feel like one of those people that wields that influence. I'm not a Snapchat influencer or a Periscope influencer. And there's Brian. And so I'll recap this real quick. My friend Joe Wilson lives by this mantra. And if you don't follow Joe Wilson everywhere, you should. We are all famous to a few people. And to me, this man, Brian Fanzo, who just joined the room, he is famous to me. I'm at the gym and I'm sending out my silly Snapchats. I knew about you way before we were friends, Chris. I appreciate it. I was watching your snaps. Exactly. And Brian, that's exactly what it is. That I'm on Snapchat and, I go and see, okay, who's looking at my snaps? What's going on? And I see that Brian Fanzo is looking at my Snapchats and I geek out. I geek out. I'm like, oh my God, this guy who is streaming from the Super Bowl and he's hosting Periscope Summit and he's going to Ireland and he's going to Austin and he's going to all these places, right? Brian Fanzo is famous to me. Now, Brian Fanzo is not going to be famous to everyone, you know what I mean? But Brian Fanzo is famous to me. Now, when I turn around and I think of that there are people out there, I don't know them, I don't know who they are, but there are people that look at my Snapchats that same way. They're like, oh my God, Chris Strub looked at my Snapchat. Oh my God, Chris Strub spent 10 seconds watching my video. And I appreciate all the comments, guys, but I want to get this off my chest. Chris Strub sent me a video snap back. Chris Strub liked my tweet. There are people that feel about me the way that I feel about Brian Fanzo, the way that I feel about Chocolate Johnny, the way that I feel about Sarah Moore. And you watching this, Laura Manova 49091, there are people out there that feel the same way about you, that want to hear from you, that want to get that like or that retweet or that phone call or that message or that hug. Seriously, we are all famous to a few people. And if you take that to heart and you believe in that every single day, that your actions matter and what you do matters. There you go. One takes snaps, right? What you do matters. And everyone has a story to tell, yes. And there are people that look up to you, no matter what you do, no matter who you are. And I happen to look up to some people in this room. Brian, Johnny, Sarah, Ben. I look up to you guys. Your actions matter to me. You guys are famous to me. And there are people out there that look to me the same way. And that means a lot. And I got to start to appreciate that. I got to start to recognize what is going on and what I can do to help those people and to brighten the lives of those people. You know? And you, I want you, everyone watching this, and not just Brian and Joe and Jeff is here, that's too. That's great. I appreciate it. This one take snaps thing is messing with my head because I'm so used to not refilming. But here's how I can encourage you to be famous to a few people. Go out this weekend or next weekend. I know this weekend is Valentine's Day and not all of us have a bay. I don't know. I'm certain I'm not going to trend. I don't work for GoPro. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people out there that are not watching on Periscope. There are a lot of people out there that are not on Snapchat. There are a lot of people out there that aren't on social media that think about you very highly. That if you post something and you don't get likes or retweets, or people don't invite or whatever, don't worry about that. There are so many people out there that value you and who you are and what you do. And I'm starting to realize and I'm starting to think about it that way. Hello, it's good to see you. And most importantly to me, there are a lot of people out there across the country who, yes, stop doing things for vanity metrics. There are a lot of people out there across the United States that I met last summer that believe in me and believe in what I'm doing. You know, and that is trying to raise awareness and encourage people to get out there and volunteer and help. You know, so I wanted to take just a minute. I know it's very late and I don't want to take up too much of your time. To change the world, we must do our small change, and together we can do it. And Brian, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. That when I say we are all famous to a few people, you are famous to me. You may not think that every day. You may not think that jumping in a Periscope for 5 minutes matters, or that looking at a Snapchat story matters. It matters. It matters. And all of you, everybody in the room, everybody tapping your screen, sharing, what you do and what you say matters. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And I love you guys in Australia. I got to get down there. But, you know, what you do matters. We are all famous to a few people. And Brian, I wanted to take a moment to say thank you, man. I want to say thank you for being here. I want to say thank you for everything you've done for me. We don't say thank you enough. And I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys in this room. It doesn't matter if I'm scoping to one person or 100 people, or I'm in a Periscope Summit room that has 100 empty chairs, or I'm on stage talking to 100,000 people in an arena somewhere. What you do matters. We are all famous to a few people, and I appreciate you, Joe Wilson, for installing that in my brain, that I am true to myself. I have not changed a single bit. I bought this stupid Olo clip that's supposed to like make me look better on the screen. I don't even use it because I'm me. I'm here for you guys. You know, and I appreciate everything that you do, everything that happens from this day forward. I appreciate it. You know, I've got some big ideas planned, and I DM'd a few of you guys today, and I want to message the rest of you guys soon and get you all involved. That I have big dreams that I wish I could do more, but I know and I recognize, thank you, Jeff, that everything that I'm trying to do will matter and will pay off in some capacity in the long term. That what I did last summer is not for naught. You know, what I've done over the past few months is not for naught. And all of these relationships and connections and all of this years of Snapchat, you know, since way before Gary Vee and Brian and everyone bought into this stuff. What we do matters. And I appreciate all of you guys. And so Joe Wilson, thank you. Brian Fanzo, thank you. Jeff Goldberg, thank you. You guys are famous to me. And I do this because there are thousands of kids out there. There are dozens of organizations across the country that I want to continue to help. And I appreciate you guys always having my back and being there for me when I try and do things that will further the mission of, you know, these kids and further the mission of all the wonderful people that I worked with last summer. So I will respect your time. I appreciate you guys. Just know that every little thing that you guys do matters. It matters to me. It matters to more people than you realize. And if there's any way that I can help you realize that further, I'm not an inspirational speaker, I'm not a motivator, I'm not the big dreamer, but I've got your back. Okay? Brian, Sarah, Johnny, Jeff, Ben, everybody, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys soon.